So basically from November 7th to November 11th of this year, with 11th being Veterans Day,
Yep.
that'll be the final day. We are going to try to get to 25 in total, 25 million in total.
Yeah.
Black Rifle will do 12.5 million. We'll do 12.5 million, in medical bills to pay off. We've actually already done 5 million combined. We did that quietly in July because I wanted there to be a bunch of recipients before the actual campaign that we could, hopefully tell some of those stories to help humanize the campaign. Because having done it last year, I was like, once you humanize this, it's so much more powerful. So I said we need to have some stories we can tell during like the campaign window. So Forgiveco called us and like, you're not going to believe this. One of the recipients, Gold Star spouse. Her husband was an Army infantry guy, was killed. He was in a turret roadside bomb in Iraq in 06, was killed. And she was an Army veteran herself. They have 2 kids. She got in a really bad car accident, was airlifted, had like 18 plates put in her face, and was in the hospital, a couple weeks. And her bill there was 341 grand, and she's never been able to pay it. And this batch paid it. Like, you guys, it's gone. Bill's at 0. And they were like,
Yeah, dude.
So I got on the phone with Matt Best,
Good for
the
you
other
guys.
co-founder of Black Rifle, and I said, hey man, I think it would be cool. Like, why don't we hand deliver this girl the letter? Because like this is like this is like such an incredible story, and like the fact that she's a Gold Star spouse and a veteran herself, and they got 2 kids, and like this is, you know what I mean? I was like, this is why we fucking do this.
Yep.
So we flew out to Denver a couple weeks ago and met her, and we hand delivered her the letter.
How was that, man?
It was awesome, man. Really emotional. I think the big theme I'm kind of pulling from a lot of this is when people leave service, as you know, I think a lot of people feel like they've been forgotten a little bit, like they were almost expendable. And once your service is done, it's like, get the fuck out.
Yep.
And of course, she's been out of the service for quite a while, and she was like, man, this really does, like, I really felt isolated and alone, but this really reminds me that like there still is kind of a brotherhood, and like, you still are part of a team.
Yeah.
So for you guys to kind of like lend out a hand, and like she was like, this is like life changing. She's like, I knew it was looming in the background, and she was like, I think she kind of implied that she was in a bit of denial, just like, hey, pretend it doesn't exist, and like it won't.
Yeah.
But she's like, I was worried if I ever had to sell my home and buy a new place, like, then that would come up and I wouldn't be able to, like, buy a house or whatever. So she was pretty emotional, and it was like a really feel good moment. And, we sent her a bunch of gear, and like Black Rifle sent her a bunch of coffee, and we still text with her now and check in on her. So these are the stories, the micro examples of what this can do. And